What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be previewing the NBA Finals and going through my predictions. But before we start, make sure to like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm sure it surprises no one that the Thunder are the team that came out of the West to advance to the NBA Finals. They've had a historic defensive season. The Thunder this season had a defensive rating of 106, which is an impressive 3 points better than the team in second, which is the Magic, who had a defensive rating of 109. And it's not like they have a bad offense either. They have the third best offensive rating with an average of 109 points scored per game. When Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is the worst defender in your starting lineup, you know you're an elite defensive team. Lu Dort and Jalen Williams were both named on the all-defense teams this year. If it wasn't for Wemby, Chet Holmgren could possibly have multiple Defensive Player of the Years in his career, and Isaiah Hartenstein isn't a slouch defensively either. Then you add in Alex Caruso, Cason Wallace, and Aaron Wiggins off their bench. They had 3 players in the top 25 in steals per game in the regular season, in Cason Wallace, Shai, and Jalen Williams, and they were all top 25 in total steals. Plus, Shai was also in the top 25 for total blocks, and Chet Holmgren was in the top 25 for blocks per game. Moving on to their offense, they had an offensive rating tied for second with the Celtics, with a rating of 119 points per game, led by their top point scorer and MVP, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who averaged 32.7 points and 6 assists on 51% from the field and 37% on free. Their second points per game averager was Jalen Williams, who averaged 21.6 points and 5 assists on 48% from the field and 36% from free, and was named an All-Star for the first time and on an All-NBA team. And Chet Holmgren, who averaged 15 points. They also got 3-point shooting from Lu Dort and an elite floater game from Isaiah Hartenstein. Their bench isn't the most productive offensively, but they do have 3-point shooting from Isaiah Joe, Aaron Wiggins, and Cason Wallace, and Wallace also has a great shot close to the basket. They haven't had the most production from their top guys like Jalen Williams or Chet Holmgren in recent rounds of the playoffs, but hopefully, for their sake, Jalen Williams can find his All-Star playback, and Chet Holmgren can go back to averaging 17 points with high efficiency. The Pacers had the 9th best offensive rating in the regular season, which has skyrocketed to second place in the playoffs with a rating of 115 in the regular season and has gone up to 117 in the playoffs, led by their All-Star and All-NBA point guard, Tyrese Haliburton, who averaged 18 points and 9 assists and 47% from the field and 38% from free in the regular season, and 18.6 points and 9.7 assists on 46% from the field and 33% from free in the playoffs. Pascal Siakam, who won Eastern Conference Finals MVP, averaged 20 points and 7 rebounds on 51% from the field and 38% from free in the regular season, and 20 points and 5 rebounds on 53% from the field and 46% from free in the postseason. Miles Turner has also rejuvenated his offensive game in the playoffs, where he's averaging 15 points on an efficient 52% from the field and 40% from free. Tyrese Haliburton opens up the whole Pacers offense, and when you surround him with the shooters they have, it isn't a real shock why they made it to the finals. Andrew Nembhard shot 29% from free in the regular season, but it's up to a very impressive 48% from free in the postseason. Aaron Nesmith shot 43% from 3 in the regular season, and is up to 50% in the postseason. Benedict Mathurin, Obi Toppin, Thomas Bryant, and Jarvis Walker are all good 3-point shooters off their bench. And then you have Ben Shepherd, who isn't known as the greatest shooter, but he's making it work in the postseason, and TJ McConnell, who doesn't shoot too many threes, but his shot in the paint is elite. You'd have to assume the matchups favor the Thunder heavy, with their size, not only their height, but their muscle too. I'd be a lot more comfortable with Aaron Nesmith being the primary defender on Shai, but with the Thunder's size, that may put a stunt in that. Then you'd have Aaron Nesmith guarding Jalen Williams, and Jalen will just take advantage of the mismatch all game. So I'd have Nembhard on Shai, Nesmith on J-Dub, Halliburton on Lou Dort, Pascal on Chet, and Miles Turner on Hartenstein. And for the Thunder, I'd have Lou Dort on Tyrese Halliburton. Not that I think Dort is the greatest defender for Hallie. I'd have Shai on Nembhard, Jalen Williams on Nesmith, Chet on Siakam, and Hartenstein on Miles Turner. Going off these, and the fact the Pacers barely turn the ball over, and that's how the Thunder operate their offense, I'd say the Pacers have the advantage, but the Thunder are the better overall team. Nembhard was playing terrific defense on Jalen Brunson, so hopefully for the Pacers' sake, he can do the same to Shai. With all that being said, I got the Thunder winning in a very competitive 6 games. And that's going to end this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. And make sure to comment your predictions for the finals below.